Well, it's bulls and blood. It's the dust and mud. It's the roar of a Sunday crowd. It's the white in his knuckles, the gold in his buckle. He'll win the next go-round. Welcome to the scorching arena of fire and valor. Forged in the Fires explores tales of resilience, bravery, and the unyielding spirit. It's what we do. And today we've got something special for you. This is the PBR, Professional Bull Riders Edition, Behind the Bull. Interviews from the PBR, Professional Bull Riders Series. We'll hear from riders, owners, coaches, bullfighters, hell, maybe a bull or two. Struggles are required in order to survive in life, because in order to stand up, you gotta know what it's like to fall down. From Forged in the Fires, this is Behind the Bull. And as always, here's your host, Fireman Rob.
All right, welcome back to Forged in the Fires podcast. I'm your host, Fireman Rob. Today I have this guest that is a stud. Let's just put it that way. Dalton, it's so great to have you on the show today.
Yeah, no, thank you for having me. I'm excited.
I love the mindset of the bull rider because it's so different than anything else. It's so different than most people can actually contemplate. I want you to take me back to when you were younger, when you first started doing this. What were you thinking?
No, I'm still wondering that. No, I think, it was something that I saw on TV and I was like, that's what I want to do.
Yeah.
And there's not a doubt in my mind. And then whenever I got on my first one and it went good, I was like, oh yeah, I got this, like this is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life. And, I think in such a dangerous sport, you have to have that love and compassion for it.
Oh yeah.
Because, this is extremely dangerous and it can, and ultimately in your life, if you're not, practiced up and. Oh
yeah, by far. And
accidents happen.
Yeah. Now that passion that you're talking about, how did that grow as you started to now? Because it had to continue to just kind of burn even hotter as you continue to get better, as you continue to learn things. How did that passion grow in you?
It was something that I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And I was like, I like that. I want to do that.
Yeah.
And then started doing it. And then it was like, wow, this is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And then as I got older, I realized I can make a living doing this. I can support my family,
right.
doing this.
Yeah.
And then, you start getting to where you're on the main stage of bull riding or rodeo. Yep. And it's like, wow, this is the most amazing thing ever. And it's just a love that just keeps growing, It's a bunch of people that have kids and stuff. They did, people told them like, you're not going to know how you love something so much when it's first born. And I didn't realize that until I had my kid.
Yeah.
And bull riding's the same way.
Yeah.
But I don't love bull riding anywhere as much as I love my daughter, but it's the same.
It's the same kind of growth
same principle. Yeah.
Now I have to ask, because when you're in the chute, how do you turn out all the noise around you? Because there's guys around the chute. There's the music going. There's the announcers saying, "Hey, this is going to be the best ride of your life." How do you turn that noise out to just be there with yourself and with the bull?
A bunch of people are able to turn that off.
Mm-hmm.
And I personally, if I turn that off, I get to thinking about it too much.
Oh, okay.
And we've practiced this, for so many years that we know what to do. Our bodies know how to react.
That's awesome.
And so if I try to zone all that out, then I get to thinking like I need to do this or that to stay on this bull. And in bull riding, the second you think, you're late and you're getting bucked off.
That's crazy.
And so I kind of take it all in, and sometimes I'll be laughing because I'll hear somebody say something funny, while I'm in there. And I think it's more of a nervous laugh because I don't care what anybody says. Bull riding still is scary, no matter how many times you've done it. You're going to get nervous.
Yeah.
And so
I love that. That's a totally different approach of just hearing everything around you and then just going after it. Now, when you're, like you were talking about, so in the moment, you're really teaching yourself how to not react, but just instinctively be in that moment. how long did that take to be able to do that? Because I'm sure in the beginning you were like, oh, I'm going to mess this up, or my hand's wrong, or, oh no, my hips are off. How long did it take you to actually get to that point of understanding?
It's something that I still am working on.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think you'll ever get to a spot where you have it all figured out.
Makes sense.
So you got to continually work on it. And I'm starting to get to where it is, I'm able to shut it off. If I start having some sort of feeling like that, I can shut it off. But it's something that I have to continually work on. And it's something that I don't think I'll ever fully grasp and fully get a hold of, but I can work towards it.
When something goes wrong when you're on the bull, because it's 8 seconds. A lot of people are like, oh, 8 seconds. That's a long time. When you're on the bull and something goes awry and you have to change in the moment, you've got like milliseconds. How much of that in your mind, like how do you change that? Like how do you change your hips? Is it just instinctive reaction from lots of training, or is it something else?
Yeah, no. So that's kind of like what we were saying. As soon as if you were to think, oh, I need to move over here or move over there, then you're already, beat, because it is just that split second.
Yeah.
And so that's what all the work in the practice pen and doing all the other stuff, that's what that prepares you for. And so you have to trust what you have prepared. And if it doesn't work out for you, then you didn't prepare, in the best way, or you were thinking.
How do you guys are very resilient individuals. I've seen the falls that you take. How do you get back up and go, yeah, I want to do that again? Because that's got to be something that wears on your mind. Do you remember a time when you had a really bad buck off or anything like that, where you kind of questioned where you were or what you were doing?
Yeah, I think so. I've had 2 groin surgeries.
Oh, wow.
And first groin surgery, I just kind of halfway did my physical therapy and all that, and then it ended up tearing again. Ugh. And it was the most grueling 4 months of my life, just because it was constant pain. Mm-hmm. And then whenever I came back, it's all that scar tissue's tearing and stuff, and it is not very fun. And I've told myself, I was like, if that happens again, I'm not doing that again. Yeah. There comes to a point in time where, I want to spend the rest of my life not hurting all the time.
Right.
I want to be able to go play soccer with my daughter,
do the little things.
Yeah. And so it's one of those, it's like, what is really worth it, in the long run.
Right.
But it's something that we love so much that we can put up with some of that stuff.
That's crazy. The amount of pain that you guys put up with. So now let's take it to this weekend. Coming up here, where are your thoughts lying? Where are you sitting? Where are you thinking about what this weekend is going to bring?
It's as much as I want to say, I'm not trying to think of being in a world title race. It's natural. I am, yeah. And I know what I have to do to win the world, and I know how it's supposed to go, and so it is there in the back of my mind. But kind of like what we touched on earlier, I can't think about that whenever it comes down to actually getting on my bull.
What are the lessons you're trying to teach your daughter too? Like from that resilience, from that grit that you have, having her be able to watch and see, hey, that's dad. Look at him. What are those lessons that you want to teach the daughter?
I think since she's old enough now where she really is dialing in on my actions all the time and what I say. Yeah. I'm trying to, not get upset when things don't go my way. If I buck off, I'm trying not to, have a fit because we tell her,
don't have a fit.
So it doesn't look very good when dad's having a fit
on national TV.
On national TV, her dad's cussing. Like it's not something that we tell her not to do that for a reason, because it's not, what we expect her to do.
Right.
And so why should I act that way? And so I've really had to, kind of
awesome.
watch myself, and sometimes I still slip up. And
Do you have a jar full of belt buckles that she gets after, if you swear jar?
No. Yeah, I think between her and her mama, getting on to me afterwards, then
that's worse.
Yeah.
I love it. So leave our guests with a sense of when they're going through struggles and challenges, what would be some of the best advice that you could give them?
I think just read your Bible, get into the Word, and the Lord will talk to you.
Yeah.
Listen to what He's saying. And, you might not be able to just hear His voice right away, but get to reading the Bible. And I've had a bunch of struggles lately, and nothing has, made me more sane than reading the Bible and getting closer to the Lord.
I love that.
There's all sorts of stuff in that Bible that you can relate to, and it just shows His forgiveness and His love for you.
I love that. Well, I appreciate you taking the time out, and best of luck this weekend. Don't think, just do.
Exactly right.
All right, thank you.
Thanks for listening and supporting the Forged in the Fires podcast with Fireman Rob. Remember, don't forget to like and subscribe to this podcast. And please share this episode with a friend or family member. To find out more about Fireman Rob, or if you have a question, go to www.firemanrob.com. Until next time, live your life forged in the fires.